Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I am playing some Windwalker Frostmage H-Paladin, still one of my go-to comps. You guys see me play this quite a bit, and here I'm fighting Mistweaver, Arcane Mage, Arms, Warrior. Like I said, guys, at the start of every single game, you want to look at all three classes, what trinkets they're using, and what races they are. So here we have an Orc Mistweaver Monk that's playing a trinket. That's very important. If he was human and, say, trinket, it would be much harder to kill, right? If he was Orc and Relentless, we could kill him, but we'd have to use a lot of cooldowns to kill him because the stunts are a lot shorter. So you play differently depending on the race and what trinkets they're actually running with. Here we kind of want to do mage setup. So a mage setup might look something like locking the mage in arcane, paralyze the monk into a hajj, into a sheep, and stunning the mage with his arcane lockout. And the arcane lock is just so after the stunts he can't blink, or he can't shrink at blink, or if he blocks he can't blink out. Preventing the blinks is so important. Here we get the first ice block out with a lockout on the monk, actually sheeping up the warrior to keep that control so we don't get under too much pressure right now. And the mage is going to have to come out of his block eventually. He's still kind of low HP, and we can either set up on the mage again, which is probably what we want to do. Because look, if I pause this game right here, the mage has no trinket and no ice block. A lot of people say, how do you know what target to go on to? A lot of it is cooldowns, guys. If the monk, say, trinketed the sheep or the hajj or the paralyze, and the mage didn't get an ice block yet, guess what? We would want to go on the monk in this situation. But in this situation, in this game that you're watching, the monk still has a trinket, the mage has no trinket, and he has no ice block. He's still in hypothermia. So guys, the mage is the obvious choice here. The warrior usually isn't too good, plus he still has trinket in all his defensives. So it's kind of, what target is the best? Well, it depends on how the game is structured, how the game plays out, where enemies are, what cooldowns they use, what defensives they still have remaining, etc. And then from there you can kind of pick a good target. So here we get a nice double leg sweep onto the DPS. Trying to get some CC onto the healer. We get a full hammer of justice. The mage gets super low, really low belf the healer into a sheep, but the sheep does break and the mage actually survives because of that invisibility, and he actually gets like 1%. I cannot believe he's still alive right now. And it's actually very unfortunate for us because that was like our big go to win the game, right? Or at least one of our big goes to win the game. There was a lot of cooldowns used right there, and we didn't really get anything besides that invis, which is, kind of sucks. I wish we would have gotten Mistweaver Trinket or something along those lines. Mage has his trinket coming back up in 20-something seconds. Warrior has no trinket, but once again, guys, warriors are very just naturally tanky, and he still has a lot of his defensive. So I don't want warrior as a kill target right now. Mage has no trinket, and look, Mistweaver now trinketed the polymorph to save. I don't know why he trinketed the polymorph, really. It probably wasn't the greatest trinket. He trinketed the polymorph. So now we can either kill that mage before his trinket comes back up, or we can do a big go on the Mistweaver because he's an Orky and he's not Way of the Crane. He's not going to have a way out of our stuns. So if we want to set up on the Mistweaver now that he has no trinket, we can easily paralyze him into a leg sweep, into a Fist of Fury, touch of death, something like that, into a Bell of Silence, then boom, 100-0 the healer. So either one really works. My monk actually gets so low. I actually forgot that he got that low this game. He gets so low, runs behind a pillar. My pally pops melee wings to save him up. That was really crazy. So I sheep the healer right here, and then off of the sheep we can actually decide to go him. I switch my focus here over to the enemy mage. I want you guys to keep that in mind, because that means if we're going the healer, I can easily see if the enemy mage is trying to polymorph us. And if he's trying to polymorph us, I have that counter spell available to counterspell the polymorph that's coming. I'm not sure what target we're actually going yet, but it looks like we want to set up on the Mistweaver. We get a full hammer of justice. My focus is on the mage, so I can counterspell any incoming CC. Mage is trying to fake me right here. I do lock him on that polymorph, and I ice block to finish off that kill. So pretty awesome game there. It was really close both ways, actually. I thought my monk was going to go down. I thought the mage was going to go down a little sooner. Here's the damage breakdown, but the point of this, guys, is sometimes you have to choose your target based on cooldowns. That mage's trinket was coming back up. The monk had no trinket available, so we decided to a big go onto the monk. And your target isn't always decided by their class. It's always decided about positioning and cooldowns, so you want to keep an eye on that throughout the entire game. So hopping into another game, I'm playing Windwalker Frostmage H-Pal here once again, and this time we're fighting Destro Warlock, Frostmage, and an R-Shaman. So here, all three of the targets are super juicy. Traditionally, we love to kill Shamans, but the Shaman has Earth Shield, so we could open Shaman through Earth Shield, we could open Warlock. Warlock's adaptation is sheep off that adaptation. We actually were going to open Warlock because of that, but the Shaman, the Waterfall pushed him in. So this is a perfect example, guys. We planned to go Warlock, but the Shaman, the Waterfall, like, pushed him into us. Positioning. He's in a bad spot, so we want to open on him. We want to take advantage of that. Pop my Icy Veins, pop my Orb. Huge damage here onto the Shaman. We Leg Sweep his Trinket, Belf his Trinket. He gets super low, and from this, we have the Warlock's adaptation, the Shaman's Trinket and Wall, Earthen Shield, Mage's Trinket, and Spirit Link. Every cooldown in the entire game here from that opener, we went through Earth Shield, but we went on him when he was out of position. And that's really the key that I want you guys to realize about targeting, on who to target. So Mage is, popping his Icy Veins. This is scary time. Both of my partners are stunned. I get coiled. Mage popped Icy Veins. I did steal it. But here we don't have DRs. This is the time where we want to, I Blizzard to get another orb back. I'm kind of resetting. I actually throw down another orb because I'll get it pretty fast here with all these pets. Shaman is paralyzed up into a Hajj, and the Warlock is taking all of our, damage, and boom, touch of death procs, and he does go down. So this game, guys, only took 2 setups. 1, we went on the Shaman in the opener because he was out of position and got every cooldown the entire game. 2, we reset up on the Warlock with no adaptation and just killed him 100-0 in a stun through wall with some CC onto the Shaman. And I don't know if there was any CC onto the Mage. But here is that game, guys. Positioning definitely matters. Okay, guys, and hopping into this last game, I needed to let you guys know I don't really post big one-shots on my channel that often as far as fluke wins, because I like to teach you guys how to win a game that was kind of going back and forth, or kind of how to win a game that's very standard. I don't like posting wins where we just win in the opener. Having said that, it does happen a lot when I'm playing Windwalker Frostmage, and a lot of my games are us winning in the opener, and I'm like, oh, can't use that one because we won in the opener. Can't use that one because I won in the opener. I'm like, why? You know what? I'm going to post a game where we won in the opener. So here it is, guys. This is how a lot of our games go. We killed the Shaman in the opener. His partners didn't peel correctly. It just blinked some of that CC. The Shaman was away from his partner, so we couldn't Spirit Link, and we just 100-0'd him in the opener. And that does happen quite frequently. You guys can do it too. If you pop Icy Veins, Orb, Serenity, Touch of Death, Zuen, all that kind of stuff, you can one-shot in the opener as Windwalker Mage. It does happen. It doesn't happen all the time, so I don't like to post it because you don't learn as much from these games as the games start going back and forth. But it does happen. There you go. There's the damage breakdown. Wow, actually so much damage done that game in such a short amount of time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you took something away from this video. Xaryu shirts, 3 days left. If you guys want to pick one up, they're beautiful. I freaking love them. I'm really excited about how the design turned out, but 3 days left until they're gone forever, or at least for a while. The link to buy them is down in the description. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!